She was just a diplomat, serving a peaceful fishing village, unnoticed by all, until Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson revived her hidden accord. Who was this woman, and why did she rise to fight for justice? Stay tuned. This tale will grip you. It's Thursday, July 31st, 2025, 7:35 p.m., plus 3 hours. The volcanic island of Flores, Indonesia, glows under the fading light, the air carrying the salty breeze of Labuan Bajo's fishing harbor. Inside a modest stilted home overlooking the sea, Lena Santoso, 47, sits at a wooden table, her elegant yet weathered hands sorting through community petitions. Her sarong is simple but vibrant, her face marked by faint scars that hint at a life beyond diplomacy, her dark eyes reflecting a quiet strength. The soft lapping of waves and the chatter of fishermen outside fill the space as villagers know her as the compassionate diplomat who mediates their disputes, but no one dares ask about her past. She's simply Lena. Lena pauses, adjusting her glasses, and glances at a small radio on the shelf. Its static interrupted by news of human trafficking rings targeting coastal towns, armed gangs, abductions. A shadow of unease crosses her face before she returns to her work, her movements deliberate. Beneath a locked safe hidden behind a woven tapestry lies evidence of her former life: a radio transceiver, a distress signal device, and a smoke bomb. Secrets buried deep, unknown to all. The following morning, a chartered boat docks at the harbor, its hull cutting through the turquoise waters. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson steps ashore, his commanding presence drawing awestruck gazes from the villagers, part of a global documentary tour to document retired warrior stories, commandos, assassins, agents. Dressed in a lightweight blue shirt, cargo pants, and durable sandals, he carries a camera crew, their equipment glinting in the sunlight. Children run to the shore, their eyes wide while fisherwomen nod in respect. Lena, overseeing a dispute near the market, hears the commotion and approaches, offering a graceful nod. "Welcome," she says, her voice calm yet authoritative. Dwayne approaches, the sea breeze invigorating him, and watches Lena mediate with poised confidence, her words resolving tension with ease. He notices her sharp intellect and the scars tracing her wrists. This woman has a story, he thinks, his curiosity piqued. Lena hands him a small shell necklace, crafted by local children, its sheen catching the light. And Dwayne thanks her, intrigued by the resilience in her steady gaze, signaling his crew to set up as the village buzzes with excitement. Night descends and chaos erupts. A human trafficking ring storms the harbor, masked gunmen leaping from speedboats, their rifles glinting under the dock lights. They seize the port, taking fishermen hostage and using boats as barricades, their shouts blending with the crash of waves and cries of the trapped. Gunfire pierces the air, police sirens distant and faint. Lena, reviewing petitions at home, hears the disturbance and peers out. A trafficker bursts in, aiming a pistol, demanding she stay silent or face death. Lena reacts with surprising agility. Grabbing a heavy ledger, she swings it at the thug's arm, the pistol clattering to the floor. As more traffickers advance, she moves to the tapestry, unlocking the safe with a steady hand to reveal a radio transceiver, a distress signal device, and a smoke bomb, tools from her covert days. Arming herself, she springs into action, broadcasting a coded distress call, activating the signal to alert police, and deploying the smoke bomb to shroud the port in a thick haze. She pulls a hostage to safety behind a fishing net, her breath ragged, adrenaline surging. Dwayne, observing from a ridge with his crew, mutters, "This woman's a leader," his admiration growing as he prepares to assist. With police reinforcements arriving to subdue the traffickers, the harbor is secured and the village begins to recover. Dwayne enters Lena's home, finding her adjusting the transceiver, her hands steady despite the tension in her posture. He sets his camera aside, leaning against the table with a warm smile. "Lena," he says, "that wasn't just diplomatic skill. What's with those devices?" Lena freezes, her eyes dropping to the distress signal device still in her hand, its light blinking faintly. "Old burdens," she murmurs, her voice tight. But Dwayne presses gently. "Come on, those scars, that fight. There's a story. Share it with me." Lena exhales deeply, the weight of her past rising to the surface. She sets the device down and meets Dwayne's gaze. "During a conflict," she begins, her voice low and measured, "I was a covert negotiator, brokering peace under fire. A summit was ambushed. My team died because I couldn't foresee it. I've carried that shame ever since." Dwayne listens intently, noting the pain etched into Lena's features, the diplomacy masking her guilt, and a plan begins to form to help her find redemption. Lena's confession lingers with Dwayne over the next few days. He returns to her home with a basket of fresh fruit, finding her drafting a community plan in the early morning light, the harbor's echoes still fresh. "Lena," he says, setting the basket down, "you saved lives that night. Why keep it hidden?" Lena pauses, her pen hovering over the paper, and turns to face him. "Because every negotiation," she replies, her voice cracking, "reminds me of their voices. My team. Lost because I failed. Shame keeps me serving, not fighting." Dwayne nods, his expression empathetic and resolute. "Maybe this village needs that fight now. You can protect them. Turn that shame into peace." Lena looks away, her skepticism evident, but Dwayne's words spark a glimmer of hope. That night, alone at home, she opens the safe again, pulling out a faded negotiation transcript with her team's initials, tears welling as memories of the ambush and loss flood back. A week later, on August 7th, 2025, a Peace and Safety Day is announced. Dwayne and Lena transform the harbor into a community celebration, setting up tables with fishing nets, local crafts, and food stalls under a canopy of strung lights. Villagers gather, children playing games, elders sharing sea stories, the air alive with the scent of grilled fish and unity. Dwayne calls Lena to a makeshift stage, his voice carrying over the crowd as he recounts her tale. The negotiator pass, the team's loss, the harbor fight. "This woman," he declares, his tone both powerful and warm, "turned her words into a shield for us all." The crowd erupts in applause, some villagers approaching Lena with grateful embraces and murmured thanks. She steps forward, clutching the transcript, her voice shaky but firm. "Justice and peace are for everyone. I do this for them, for my team." Dwayne collaborates with local police to dismantle the trafficking ring's network, then launches a safety fund to protect the village, rallying the community around Lena. The harbor becomes a beacon of resilience, its waters reflecting newfound harmony. By September 4th, 2025, the village thrives with a renewed sense of security and cooperation. Peace and Safety Day's impact lingers, with locals organizing maritime patrols and mediation councils. Lena continues her diplomatic work, her scars a silent testament to her past, but her spirit now carries a quiet pride. Dwayne visits to bid farewell, presenting her with a hand-carved wooden gavel engraved with Peacemaker. "This is yours," he says, his eyes reflecting pride. Lena takes it, her fingers tracing the inscription, whispering, "Thank you," as emotion swells within her. The narrative closes with the village's unity strengthened, Lena's redemption shaping a safer, more peaceful future. Dwayne's voiceover seals it. "True peace rises from scars, forging hope for all." Lena Santoso proves that. Have you ever met a hidden hero like Lena? Someone who turned pain into peace? Share their story in the comments and tell us where you're watching from. If this tale inspired you, hit that subscribe button, like, and share to keep these stories alive. Join us next time for another epic journey with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.